Hey guys, today I am sharing with you something so easy, but it's probably one of my favorite things to make. It is my taco tray. It is my Taco Tuesday tray. But listen, it doesn't have to be Tuesday for you to enjoy this meal. It is so easy, which is probably my favorite thing about this. It's so easy, but it is so delicious. Everyone usually goes back in for seconds. It's just fantastic. It's just fantastic. So what I have here is some ground beef and some ground turkey. Now the only reason I'm using both of these meat is just because to show you that you can use either all ground turkey or all ground beef. You can also mix it up like I'm doing, or if you don't have this, you can use ground chicken. If you don't have ground chicken, you can just use some you can just cut up some chicken thighs or breast really finely and use that. Any kind of meat will work perfectly for this. So I'm going to use about a pound of ground beef and about a half a pound of ground turkey. You can use as much or as little as you want. It's your meal. But either way, I'm using a non-stick skillet so I don't have to add any oil because this meat is going to render out its own juices and its fat. So I am just breaking this up and letting it cook down. My heat is on medium. So we're just going to let this do its thing for about 3 to 5 minutes or so. You want to make sure that the meat is really in fine pieces, so broken up nice and small and crumbly. So as you can see here, it has rendered out a good amount of fat. I don't want that in my meal. If you want to leave it, that's up to you. I'm going to carefully strain this out. So just go ahead and use a heat-proof strainer or just in a heat-proof bowl and get as much of it as you can. I like to leave about a tablespoon of it back in there so I don't have to add any oil. And this is non-stick, so I don't have to worry about anything sticking. So just go ahead and strain and get rid of as much liquid as you want. So I've gone ahead and strained off all of that fat. I have some onion that I've chopped up here, some grated garlic, and some cilantro that I have chopped up. My heat is still on medium at this point, and I'm going to add all this in. Now I don't like to add this in at the beginning because if it renders out its flavor and lends this flavor to its meat and then we strain off all of that, it's just losing flavor. So I like to add it in at this point. We want to make sure and cook this down for about 5 minutes or so that onion breaks down and cooks down. All those flavors get incorporated with the meat and cooked into the meat. So just let it go for about medium heat until everything breaks down and cooks down. Come in every so often and give it a little turn. Make sure nothing's burning or nothing's sticking. If you got too many big chunks of meat, just cut it up as best as you can or break it up. So after a few minutes, I'm going to come in and add in some taco seasoning. Now I am using just store-bought packets of taco seasoning. I'm using 2 packets of taco seasoning for this because I like a lot of flavor. You can use 1 if you want, but I like to use 2. And I'm just going to let this go about for 30 seconds, just as is. Mix it around. I want that heat to awaken the cumin and the chili powder and everything that's in that seasoning. So just let it go for about 30 seconds. So after we've allowed those flavors to just mingle and awaken with the heat, I'm going to go ahead and add in some water. Now I will have all the amounts that I used listed below in the description box, but again, you can change this up however you want, but I'll have what I used below in the description box. You want to season your meat lightly with some salt and pepper. The taco seasoning already has sodium and everything in that, so you can add the salt towards the end. To this, I'm going to add in a can of black beans. This is optional as well, but I love using black beans because it helps stretch the chicken, stretch the meat. You can also use red beans, you can use kidney beans, you can use pinto beans, use whatever beans you got. Just add in some beans. And we're going to cook this down for about 5 minutes. My heat has been on medium. Just let it go for about 5 minutes. Now what I like to do towards the end here, turn the heat off and then just add in some freshly chopped cilantro just for some extra flavor. So every bite has a nice bit of cilantro in it. It's going to be so good. Now on a tray here, a baking tray, I'm going to add in some of these blue corn chips. Blue tortilla chips. You can use any kind of tortilla chips that you want. I like to use these blue tortilla chips because I just love the flavor. I love the crunch. We're going to lay this out in one nice layer. And if you want to make a large platter of this, you can go ahead. I'm doing individual sizes because this is best served nice and warm. We're going to go ahead and take our meat and just lay a nice layer on top in the center. I'm leaving the edges around it just with the chips so you can pull a chip out. And then we're going to go ahead and grate some cheese on top. You can use freshly grated, you can use pre-shredded grated cheese, any type of cheese. I'm using cheddar here. You can use Fiesta mix. Again, you do you. Either way, this is going to be delicious. So just put some cheese on top. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees and we're going to pop this in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes just until that cheese starts to melt and the meat comes kind of one with the bottom of the chip there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So I'm just going to go ahead and top this with my toppings. I have some freshly chopped up lettuce, tomatoes, and I love avocados on this, okay? Love avocados. I am putting some dollops of sour cream all around it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put my lettuce on top, my tomatoes on top, avocados. You can put some jalapenos. You can put some salsa, whatever you want. Some freshly chopped cilantro for a little pop of flavor. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour over some taco sauce. You can use your Taco Bell fire sauce, hot sauce, whatever kind of sauce. It's just so good, guys. It is so easy. All you really gotta do is cook the meat, plop everything on together, and you're pretty much done. Everyone loves this. My little one loves this because it's like a treat with those tortilla chips. It is so good. I hope that you guys give it a try. You can also do things. You can also put a little bit of mango on top of this, jalapenos. Just have fun with it, play around with it, whatever flavors that you like. And I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.